Hello and welcome to yet another informative episode of Around the World by Drishti IAS. Political events in the Middle East often take center stage in the news cycle, and the conflict in Yemen has been a recurring topic. Although the conflict commenced in 2014, it has periodically drawn the interest of the global audience. The recent Houthi missile strikes on Israel in retaliation for Israel's extensive airstrikes on the Gaza Strip have brought the Yemen conflict and the Houthi group again to the forefront. Now let's begin by directing some light on the Houthi rebels. The Houthi rebels, also known as Ansar Allah, have emerged as a significant player in Yemen's complex political landscape. Their journey to power and the dynamics surrounding their position in Yemen have drawn international attention and involvement from key regional players. The Houthi rebels are a predominantly Zaidi Shia Muslim movement, but it is important to note that they have attracted support from a wide spectrum of Yemen's population, including Sunni Muslims. The movement emerged in the early 2000s, initially as a religious and political protest movement against the Yemeni government. Their name is derived from their leader's name, Hussein Badruddin al-Houthi, who was a Zaidi religious leader and a former parliamentarian. The Houthi insurgency was sparked in 2004 when the Yemeni government attempted to arrest Hussein Badruddin al-Houthi. The conflict initially revolved around local grievances, political marginalization, and allegations of government corruption. The Houthi movement framed their struggle as a defense of their community against discrimination and government aggression, rather than seeking to overthrow the government or implement Zaidi religious law. The pivotal moment in the Houthi rebellion came in September 2014 when the group, after a series of protests and confrontations, seized control of Yemen's capital, Sana'a. This marked a significant turning point as it led to the resignation of Prime Minister Mohammad Basindawa and the formation of a unity government with other political parties. However, the Houthi takeover also triggered a countrywide civil war, transforming the insurgency into a broader conflict. On the ground, the Houthis have created a functioning government and are highly repressive in the area they control, which includes representatives of other groups. Their Prime Minister Abdel Aziz bin Haftar is from the south and was Hadi's governor of Aden from 2014-15. Foreign Minister Hisham Sharaf has been in several governments starting in 2011. Neither are Houthis. Some 70 to 80% of Yemenis live under the Houthis' control. Houthi currently control the capital Sana'a and all of the former North Yemen except the eastern Marib governorate. Marib is about 120 km, that is 75 miles east of Sana'a, and has remained a stronghold under the government that is now based in the southern port city of Aden. The UN Security Council classified Houthis as a terrorist group for the first time in 2020 and expanded an arms embargo against the organization. It is noteworthy that Iran has been providing significant support to the Houthi rebels in Yemen, including the supply of military equipment and personnel, such as members of the Lebanese Hezbollah and Iranian Revolutionary Guard to train Houthis. This support has been ongoing since at least 2012 and became more open after the Houthi coalition captured the capital Sana'a in 2014. Additionally, both the Houthis and Iran have established diplomatic relations, with each side appointing ambassadors to the other's capital. This support is a significant aspect of the Yemen conflict, as this support turned Yemen's soil into a proxy battleground between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Now let's talk about the Yemen conflict. The civil conflict in Yemen was ignited in 2014 when Houthi insurgents, a Shiite rebel group carrying a history of opposing the Sunni government, seized control of Yemen's capital and its largest city, Sana'a. Their demands included reduced fuel prices and the establishment of a new government. Following failed negotiations, the rebels seized Presidential Palace in January 2015, leading President Abd Rabbu Mansour Hadi and his government to resign. Beginning in March 2015, a coalition of Gulf states led by Saudi Arabia launched a campaign of economic isolation and airstrikes against the Houthi fighters with US logistical and intelligence support. The conflict in Yemen has caused immense suffering to the civilian population, making it the world's worst humanitarian crisis. According to the UN, approximately 60% of the estimated 377,000 deaths in Yemen between 2015 and early 2022 were due to indirect causes like food insecurity and a lack of accessible healthcare services. The conflict has witnessed violations of human rights and international humanitarian law by all parties involved. It is worth mentioning that Yemen is the second poorest country in the Middle East and North Africa region. The poverty rate in Yemen is one of the highest in the world. The United Nations Development Programme estimates that 55% of Yemen's population lives below the poverty line and 18.4% lives in extreme poverty. While there have been efforts to reduce hostilities between Houthi rebels and the Saudi coalition in 2023, progress in peace talks has been limited and violence has periodically disrupted these negotiations. Furthermore, the Southern Transitional Council has revived its calls for an independent southern Yemeni state, adding complexity to the peace prospects. Simultaneously, the Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula has escalated its attacks. Such developments have added fuel to the already burning fire. Finally, after a proper analysis of the above given facts, we can conclude with a few statements. The Houthis continue to maintain a strong grip on the capital Sana'a and its surroundings. They have developed a significant military force comprising a substantial number of active fighters and a wide array of advanced weaponry, including drones, tanks, and other munitions. These capabilities have evolved over time with substantial support from Iran, positioning them as key players in the region. The Houthis' journey to power and their current standing within Yemen epitomize the intricate complexities of the Yemeni civil war. Their interactions with regional and global actors, notably Iran, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and the United States, have further entangled the conflict. The pursuit of stability and peace in Yemen remains a formidable challenge, with numerous extensive diplomatic efforts and international collaboration yielding limited results, particularly concerning humanitarian aid and the protection of civilians. The recent series of missile attacks launched by the Houthi toward Israel in response to Israel's extensive bombardment of the Gaza Strip, resulting in a significant number of civilian casualties, has raised concerns that these Houthi actions could exacerbate an already volatile situation, potentially impacting the broader geographical region encompassing the Middle East and North Africa. Thank you for watching. Please share your suggestions for the next topic in the comment section below.